Welcome to Eastern University. My name is Professor Kara Bluen, and I'll be your advisor while you're part of our associate's degree program. Congratulations on your acceptance to our non-traditional, online, asynchronous, flex associate's degree program. Now, I know that I just said a mouthful of words, and I'm going to explain what each of those mean about your program. And I'm going to go over what I think are the most important things you need to know to get started as a student and to succeed in the program. Okay, let's get started. First of all, this program is for non-traditional students. That means most of the students in our population are adults who are already out in the world, working, parenting, contributing to their communities, and wanting to get a degree usually a little bit later in life than is traditional. The undergrad or undergraduate part means that this is an associate's degree program. An associate's degree is one that you can earn to make more money, get a higher position at work, or some people use the associate's degree as a stepping stone to the bachelor's degree, and then maybe to the master's and PhD that come after. If you're in this program because you're hoping to transition to a bachelor's degree, please shoot me an email and let me know so that I can keep my eye on your progress and where you're headed. We have two majors in our program. The first is liberal arts. A liberal arts associate's degree is a good general degree that can be applied in all different kinds of work situations. If you're getting your liberal arts degree, you'll have more freedom to choose classes that are closer to your interest. The other major is the early childhood education major. This is a much more focused major that's designed to help people advance their careers in early childhood education, and you have a lot more required classes for this major. This is also what's called an accelerated program. Accelerated means that the classes go faster. How that works is we take 14 weeks worth of material, so what would normally be a 14-week semester-long class, and we smash it down into 7 weeks without removing any of the material. So that means that the class goes a lot faster, but it also means that there's a lot more material coming a lot more quickly at you as a student. So the 7 weeks is called a term. A term is a 7-week course, and the terms are spring 1, spring 2, summer 1, summer 2, fall 1, and fall 2. 2 terms together makes a semester. This might be useful for you as you're planning out your financial aid, because financial aid is usually in terms of semesters, not in terms of terms. Courses in this program are between 14 and 18 hours of work every week. It's a lot. It's about as much as a part-time job. Because the accelerated classes go so quickly with so much information, almost every student in our program takes 1 class per term. Now, it's possible in terms of registration to take a maximum of 2 classes per term. That would be like taking 2 classes in summer 1 or 2 classes in summer 2. But almost nobody does it unless all of their time is for study. So if you're working or parenting, it's really difficult to do that. But if you're not and you have nothing but free time for study, then 2 classes in a term is possible. Reach out to me if that's something that you're thinking about, and we can see if it's a good fit for you. This is also an online flex program. The online flex program is designed to make getting a degree more accessible to non-traditional students who are already out in the world working and parenting. A couple of things you need to know about an online flex program. First, to do the program, you need a desktop or a laptop computer. You cannot complete the program on a phone, you can't do it on a tablet, and you really can't do it on a Chromebook. These programs are designed to be online, and you really do need access to a desktop or a laptop with good, fast internet to do the program. There are a couple of websites that'll be really important to you while you're here, and I have other videos that go into more detail about these sites, but just to get them in your mind, Brightspace is the website where all your course material is, your books, your assignments, your video lectures, all of that is in Brightspace. My Eastern is where you manage your student accounts, financial aid, billing, registration. That is the My Eastern website. Also, to be successful in the program, you do need a working knowledge of Microsoft Word and/or Google Docs. So make sure you know how to use word processing software pretty well so that you can complete and upload your assignments. Finally, and I can't stress this one enough, it is very important that you are checking your eastern.edu school email every single day. A big part of being an online student is online communication, and that means everything important happens over email. I'll email, your professor will email, student accounts will email, financial aid will email, and all of that stuff is going to come to you by email. There's an expectation in the program that if something is emailed to you, that you're going to open it and read it, usually within 24 hours. So make sure every single day you're on top of your email, you know what's in it, and you're reading it. That's where everything comes. Another important thing to know about the Online Flex program is that it is really self-directed. Students in this program need to have a high level of responsibility for getting things done, managing your time, planning and scheduling, reaching out to professors. Because this is such a fast program, it also requires a really high degree of personal responsibility and being on top of it in order to be successful. Other college programs, there might be a little bit more support than you're going to find here. Here, we expect you to be paying attention to your assignments, your grades, your financial aid requirements. All of that is in your hands. As far as classes goes, that means knowing that you're going to have 6 or more hours of video lectures to watch every week. And you'll also be having between 12 and 14 hours of classwork to complete every week. So making sure that you have free, undistracted hours to do your classwork in a place that has good Wi-Fi with a desktop or a laptop. Really take a look at your week, take a look at your weekly schedule and say, where can I find the time to make sure I can get everything done for class? Although you won't be penalized for handing things in later than the due date in the Flex program, it is very, very strongly suggested that you do everything before or on the suggested due dates. Otherwise, it is just too easy to fall behind. I know I'm hitting this information about how intense the program is really hard, and I'm not doing that because I'm trying to scare you. I just think you should be armed with knowledge of what the program really is, because I would hate for you to start the program, find it to be really hard, and then think it's your fault. It's not. This is a really intensive program, and it comes at you really quickly with a lot of work. And as a student, you get to make decisions about what kind of education is good for you. This kind of online accelerated program might be perfect for where you are in your life, or it may not be. That's not a judgment on you. With that said, let's talk about getting to graduation. There are 4 things that are required for graduation. You need a 2.0 GPA with a grade of C or higher in your English class. You need 61 credits, a mixture of required classes and electives if your major is liberal arts, or just 61 credits of requirements if your major is early childhood education. If you're a transfer student, your last 32 credits need to be taken here at Eastern University. Let's take a look at a couple of typical paths to graduation. Here, you can see the typical path to graduation for an AA in liberal arts student, with all the requirements first and then the electives towards the end. As you can see, this student, like most students here, is just taking 1 course per term. Here, you can see the typical path to graduation for an early childhood education student. As you can see, nothing but requirements for this student, and again, as is typical, taking 1 class per term. Rebecca has already reached out to you with a link to the diagnostic test. The diagnostic test is just a check of how much you need before you're ready to really get started with your classes. The diagnostic will place you in either INST 100 or INST 140. Both of these classes are designed to teach you the basic skills that you need to do well in an online program. Finally, Eastern is a Christian university and it's a predominantly white institution. That means a lot of what we do here is rooted in white culture, and a lot of what you're going to encounter in your classes is based on a Christian foundation. You'll be taking theology classes and Bible classes, but also Christianity will be woven through everything you do here at Eastern. Now, if that's not your cultural background or it's not your religious faith, that doesn't mean you're not welcome here. Even though this is a Christian PWI, we still aim to welcome any student who wants to study here. So if something's happening in class that makes you feel like you don't belong, I hope you'll let me know. It's my job to make sure that you feel welcome and included. All right, I think these are the most important things for you to understand before you get started. You can always send me an email if you have a question. I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. Or if you need a little more time, we can schedule a Zoom and really talk about what's going on for you or what you might need. Feel free to reach out to me at any time. I hope you have a wonderful time in the associate's degree program here at Eastern University, and that you are supported in and reach your educational goals.